Why, hello, and welcome to the kind of long-awaited part 2. So this is like my third attempt recording this. Considering that I recorded one about a month ago and then one about a month before that, but I forgot about both of them and never uploaded them, and it wouldn't really make sense for me to upload at this point a recording from November. But, yeah. Finally, this long-awaited part 2 is out. So those of you that started building the house back in, October can finally finish it. This is the entire rest of the house. So the decorations in the main floor, and then the entire upstairs. So, basically you had part 1, which is the exterior and everything related to that. And this is part 2, which is all of the interior decoration. I don't know whether to say if this is my finally I'm back from my unofficial little break that I took. I feel like I should just pace myself with this because I always either talk about nothing for the entire voiceover, or I talk about one thing forever and then I'm like, oh yeah, I probably should have talked about that. But you know what, I'm just gonna wing it like I normally do and hope for the best. This house, I kind of released it reluctantly. It's the interior I'm not necessarily proud of because it's kind of not really, there's not a lot of life to the interior. It's just kind of mindless decoration. But a lot of you apparently like this house. It's gotten, I think, 20,000 views on part 1, which is kind of insane. So thank you all for that. I don't know really how to feel about that, considering this house, I just kind of, this to me was like a mediocre house at best. Which in the moment, I was like, yeah, this is pretty good. But there's a lot I could have done differently, and I was kind of lazy with this house. But I will start with the living room and then move on to kitchen, dining room, and kind of work through the house like I normally do, where I do all of the bathrooms at the same time, then I go through the bedrooms and finish with any other rooms. This is also kind of a long video, so sit back and relax and just enjoy the whole thing. I guess this is my Christmas present to you all. There's so many reasons of why I didn't upload this, and all of them are kind of stupid, but it's whatever. I'm finally getting around to this. Because this whole semester of school, I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna be consistent with uploading. This is gonna be, I've got good classes. I'm no longer feeling like crap every day, and it's gonna be good. And I think I made it 2 months in and just kind of gave up. This house was released originally in October, and around then I was kind of starting to cut back on a lot of the projects I had started over the summer. If you check the canceled projects page in my website, which that's linked in the description if you want to go check that out. There's a lot of different things, but one of the pages is for canceled projects, and you can see some of the ones I was working on or had finished over the summer, but I just didn't release because one of them I was just it was good in the moment, and then when I finished it I'm like, I don't want to release this kind of content anymore, because it was just more like this, where it was just a generic suburban house. And I've said that multiple times this year, where I'm like, I'm not gonna do suburban houses, and then I've done only suburban houses. I am working on something different now, but we'll get to that later. So I just I finished one of them, deleted the plot after I took pictures. It's on the website. One of them I just canceled because I said I simply don't have time to finish this along with everything else. One of them was the neighborhood I started working on back in like August, July maybe. All of my months are mixed up now because it's all just felt the same. Like November felt like October, which felt like September. Everything after August has just been the same. But there was the gray suburban house, finished that, I already said that. There was my reattempt at the suburban craftsman house, which was going to be 6 bedrooms and like 3 floors with a big backyard. And I was just like, I'm not gonna be able to finish this with the quality I want and the time that I want. So I chopped that. And then I finally finished this house, which I started in July, or late June. Uploaded it in October. And after that, things were going good. I was working on this colonial house, which I plan to release in November. And I don't know what it was, but I think I just went like a week without getting on, and then I kind of started playing The Sims again, and that started taking up a bit of my time, which I know is kind of dumb. Like, I've started a whole channel and dedicated a lot of time to Bloxburg, and I'm actually making money off of it, and I choose to spend my time playing The Sims. But I'll talk about that later, but that just kind of filled up my October, November, and even now in December, because again, I'll get to that later, but it just felt like the time that I was spending on Bloxburg was doing other things, and I was also just, like, doing more than just building houses on Roblox all day long. So I kind of fell off of that, and mid-November-ish, I kind of picked back up on it, and I started working on that colonial again, and this colonial was not going to be a big project. It was 3 bedrooms, 2.5 bathrooms, with like formal living room, formal dining room, then a kitchen, living room, and sunroom, and that was it. It was just a small little box, and it was so on and off. It was originally decorated for fall, then I started decorating it for Christmas when the update came out, and then as of now, the entire upstairs is not decorated. I've done maybe the master bedroom. So there's 2 empty bedrooms, an empty closet, and 2 empty bathrooms, and for something that I've worked on so long, that's not even that big of a project, I don't see the point in finishing it. If you want to see it finished, let me know. I might post a picture of it to the Discord server that I don't use anymore. Sorry if you're in the Discord server and I've been inactive for 3 months. I just kind of forgot I have it. But that's the beauty of the server with other mods. There's more people to talk to than just me when I'm not there. I've been working on the kitchen while I've explained this, and this kitchen's nothing special. What am I gonna say about it? I used base cabinets. They're white, subway tile. Ooh, accent color on the island. I'm sorry if I'm talking bad about this house and you really like it. It's not that I don't like the house, it's just that it's all just more of the same. And I really want to start doing more than just this genre of the whole Jackitecture suburban house, which I feel like has kind of become a genre of itself in my whole portfolio. But, what was I saying? So, if I might post a picture of that after I release this, but I just don't want to finish that house because I have spent so much time on it, but it's so much time for something that I don't think will be worth it. Because I'd never load in the plot, and I feel like I should just cut my losses and move on. But yeah, that's that. And then I finally, like a couple weeks ago, maybe December 5th or so, I was like, you know what? I want to start playing Bloxburg again, because I took my break for like 2 months, 3 months. Because I released this video in October, but the house was finished like August-ish. I just hadn't got around to uploading it yet. And like I hadn't worked on anything since then. So I was like, you know what? I'm finally ready to get back. And I started on this house, which I included the teaser in my little update post a few days ago. And everything was going great. And then I had to stop recording because my computer storage was full, so I had to move all the files to my hard drive, external hard drive. And then my computer does this sometimes where when you move like the file, sometimes it doesn't register that it moved, so it will still say your storage is full, but usually you just restart it and then everything's fine. And I restarted it and it was still showing that my storage was full. So I shut it down, rebooted, still full. Unplugged it, plugged it back in, still full. So I just said, you know what? I give up. It's not meant to be. And that house sat on not being worked on for a week. And then I got on like 3 days ago and was like, you know what? Let's see how it looks. And bam, 100 gigabytes free. I'm like, why did it suddenly fix itself now? So yeah, I fixed that. Or I guess it just fixed itself. So I can finally start working on that house again. It's gonna be a big one, but on a small footprint. And I haven't really done anything like it, so I think it's gonna be fun. Let's see, I think it's a 6-bedroom house, which is pretty good considering the footprint that it's on. But then again, it'll probably be like 800,000 when I'm done with it, because it's a lot of shapes and structurals, and it's gonna add up. But I've really liked how it started so far, and that's gonna be fun. So now that I've started getting back into that, I was like, oh yeah, I have that part 2 video that I haven't released in 2 months. And I still have notifications on for YouTube Studio on my phone. So anytime one of you comments, like, it notifies me. And every few days or so, I'll just see, when's part 2 gonna be uploaded? When's part 2 gonna be uploaded? And I would have responded, but after like a month or so, I wasn't just gonna say, I don't know, I haven't got around to recording it. So I promise I haven't forgotten about it because I'm recording it now. I just haven't. And whenever I record a voiceover when I'm not in the mood for it, usually the quality suffers and I talk about stuff that's not interesting, and it's just why am I even releasing it at that point if it's not gonna be something that I'm proud of? So when I like have the motivation right now to record, I'm gonna jump on it and actually record this. So I think most of you would probably disagree with this, but I'd rather wait 2 months for a good voiceover than not wait and it be bad. Because my early voiceovers, like the Brutalist Modern Home, Chic Modern Farmhouse, those are rough. I can't go back and listen to those because I'm like, what am I talking about? And that's only like a few months ago. Well, it's like 8 months ago, and why is the screen black? Oh, there we go. Yeah, I saw the screen go black on the recording, and I'm like, what's happening? But it fixed itself. So, I don't feel like cutting that out because then the recording would be off, so yeah. So yeah, I'm recording this now, and I'm working on something. I also have... Okay, so where I'm at right now is I have that one colonial that's not finished, the neighborhood that's still not done. I've decorated a house and a half out of 7. So I don't know what to do with that plot because it's well over $1 million. It's got a lot of time and recordings that I still have. But it's just a lot of more of this, just generic suburban houses. And I feel like I should release it just as kind of like my last hurrah with the suburban style, which I'll still do those eventually, just not as consistent as I've been, because there's so many other styles I want to try. Like, all of the modern houses have got completely neglected this year. I did one in February, and I kind of built it in January, but that's besides the point. So yeah, I'm looking at the diverse styles I did last year in 10 videos compared to now. It's embarrassing. So I'm gonna try to fix that and actually have more variety, and then that means the houses will probably shrink a little bit, but I'll figure it out. The other thing I wanted to start doing more is the commentary style videos, and I know that everybody that starts doing those just completely stops speed builds and does commentary. And the whole thing of like, speed builds is boring. Like, yeah, it kind of is. But I don't know about everybody else that does these, but there's something a little bit more interesting about talking to myself for 30 minutes while watching a house I made in September than recording for hours on end to edit on hours on end just to realize, wow, I thought this was funny. But I get that there's an audience for that, and I kind of want to start branching out. Sorry if I just destroyed your ears. I hit my microphone. Speaking of, I have a new microphone, and I don't know how it's going to sound yet. So if this voiceover sounds bad, I can fix it before the next one. So I'm used to recording on just my regular iMac microphone. That's not the best, and I kind of have to sit right in front of it. So I see nothing but just the recording. But yeah, now I have this thing. So yeah, more commentary videos. I just need to think of ideas for those, because my few that I had were like classic family home renovation. I started it in August and it's not done yet, and I don't want to finish it. Hotel, which that would take a lot of time. Same thing with apartments. And I think I put like another restaurant for the other option in that community poll a while back. So basically everything that I've said about what I'm gonna do in the future, before now, disregard it. It's been so long, I've changed my mind so much. It's just don't acknowledge any of that. I'm finally working on the master bathroom now in this build. I don't know if I did the upstairs bathroom at the same time as the main floor one, because I wasn't paying attention. But I'm working on the master bathroom now, then I do that bedroom, then the guest room on the main floor, then upstairs. So I know that a lot of you probably like this house, and for what it is, it's actually a good house. You get a kind of farmhouse styled on the outside with more of my like white and gray color scheme on the inside. It has a nice backyard with a pool and a fire pit, 2-car garage. You have a main floor room that can be a guest room, main floor master bedroom, like open living area, and you get 5 bedrooms and a skill room with 3 full bathrooms for under $600,000. It's like $520,000, I think. Which, considering I've made 4-bedroom houses for that are nowhere near as good as this, I'd say this is pretty much the most affordable, detailed build that I'll be able to get. Like, this is your best bang for the buck. So if you really want just a less expensive, because this isn't affordable. 500,000, that's a lot. But this is, compared to some of the other stuff, like you build the traditional family home, or no, traditional family suburban. I'm great at naming these. That's like 750,000 for 5-bedroom house with a bonus room, living room, kitchen, dining room, the standards. And this is $200,000 less, with the exception of like an office, a storage room, but you have a garage, so. And I personally like the look of this house better than that one, so yeah. I've kind of talked about what I've done, like my Bloxburg life, so to speak, for this first part, but it kind of goes in line with my personal life. Like I've just been living life at school. It's been an interesting semester having Algebra 2 and Chemistry in the same semester, but I'm done with it now. I've got both of those classes out of the way. So yeah, it's this whole semester I've kind of been using school as an excuse for why I haven't uploaded. But truth is, I just didn't want to. There's nothing more than that. I've just been living life, forgetting that I have a YouTube channel, and then it notifies me like, oh yeah, you haven't uploaded part 2. Yeah. So there's not much to say about that. Like I've been working on... Oh yeah, I was gonna talk about what I've been doing in The Sims. So, The Sims base game is free, and I originally downloaded that last October, and just played around with it, and I was like, okay, this is fun. I might want to get a few packs to like enhance gameplay. And then every now and then I would have like the Builder bundle, where for the price of like half of it, you can choose a expansion pack, game pack, and stuff pack, which is kind of like your big game change, little game change, and then like maybe a couple new furniture and clothes. So I did that a few times, so I've spent way too much money on this, and it's kind of embarrassing. But I've become a simmer. It's sad. But a lot of the in-game lots that EA has made for The Sims are bad. So I took it upon myself of a mission of rebuilding every single lot. Not just renovating the houses, like completely plowing the lot and building something new from the ground up. And it's taken a lot of time. I've gotten through like 3 worlds and I've still got a lot more to go. But I get my suburban house. Like my suburban house desires I can fulfill in The Sims. Because when I treat this little neighborhood of like 4 or 5 lots, because in The Sims you can build on multiple lots. You're not just restricted to one. You can have them all loaded in at the same time, which is great. So I can treat each plot as its own little lot, and then build like an entire neighborhood because it'll be on a road. So I can have a bunch of suburban houses in the same style, but kind of differently. And the best part is you don't have to work for money if you don't have Sims moved into the lot, which is great. So I can just build whatever I want without worrying about how much it costs. The only downside is The Sims is very bad with customization, except for custom content, which I know. You can download CC for all this stuff. I don't want to. I would rather just deal with it and use the in-game windows, and deal frustratingly with decorating, where I will just place a single thing of books on the dresser and call it a day. So, I haven't really posted anything on the Sims 4 gallery. I might when I start to finish some of these. My user ID is just Jackitecture. So if you want to look on the Sims of some of the things I've made, the ones on there are really bad because they're like my first ones. I should probably remove it, but that's besides the point. So my daily routine has just been kind of going to school, living life, get home, work on something, maybe build a house or two in The Sims, then I practice my instrument because I've been trying to get better at routinely practicing. That way I can get better instead of just not practicing and then being like, I haven't gotten better in 2 years. I wonder why. So I've tried to make more of a habit of that. And when I'm done with that, it's like, oh, it's 5 o'clock. Then I go feed my dog, get back, it's 5:15 already. And then I'll watch like a YouTube video, and oh, it's 5:45. Then, like, daydream for a little bit. Oh, it's 6 o'clock, dinner. Then after that, just like hang around, and then go to bed after several hours of doing nothing. And there just wasn't really any time of my doing nothing to do something in Bloxburg, which I know is really bad, and I feel like I've said for 25 minutes now that I just haven't felt like it. But that's done now. I desperately need suggestions for what you want me to build, both for commentary content and actual speed builds, because I want to do kind of both. No Christmas suggestions because I'm not doing anything past the season. But like going into next year, just what do you want me to do? Because I'm already working on a modern house, potentially the neighborhood if I finish that, and I think I was gonna make like a contemporary take on the family home, because I found a floor plan that I'm not gonna use, but I'm gonna use the outside of it because it looks kind of cool. So I may do that, because I don't want to give up the family house entirely. I just want to do it in different ways. So leave suggestions for what you want me to make, and I will do those. The final thing I kind of want to mention is my neighborhood private server, because if you've noticed, if you get on, it will say that it is titled closed, and there is 0 of 1 players on there. So this is very selfish of me, but then again, it's my neighborhood and I'm the one paying for it, so I can kind of do what I want with it. So call me a jerk, but this is just me. I just really wanted to, when I finally got back into building, where I could just get in and build with no distractions, because without a doubt, every single time I'd get in a private server, there would be like those of you in there, and I love that. I love seeing that people are actually there, and it's great when it's like it has its place. But when I haven't built in 3 months, and then I get back, and then I'm just being bombarded with like, oh hey, where have you been? Where's part 2? What are you doing? Can I see you in build mode? And just, I'm like, no, I just want to build in peace. So instead of just ignoring people, I took the wimpy way out and just closed my neighborhood. I'll open it back up eventually, but right now I think I just kind of want to isolate myself, because I've been longing for the days before I had it open, where I could just do whatever and there was nobody else there. Because that's why I got a private server to begin with. Because I'd played Bloxburg for about a year and a half or so, and I finally just committed to getting a neighborhood. And it was so great that I could just do whatever I wanted with nobody there. And then it felt like a public server again whenever I'd get in my neighborhood, because I don't know these people who are in here. So I might set it back to friends only, or it'll probably just be everyone when I eventually open it back up. But I'll get there when I get there. So I'm sorry if you liked being in my neighborhood. I'll open it back up eventually. So yeah, I'm trying to think of anything else that I wanted to talk about. I can check real quick while I'm thinking about it if any of you have left more build general suggestions in the Discord server. It's probably not gonna load. Oh, Wait, they updated Discord. Ooh. Yeah, there's not really anything new in there. So, I could answer the question of the day, because I never do those. When people come to you for help, what do they usually want help with? Most recently, Algebra 2, because basically me and all of my friends have been in there. And luckily, I've been one of the very few that have actually understood it, and I survived that class. Some people didn't. May their GPAs rest in peace. Just a moment of silence for that. But yeah, it's a tough class. And that, and also chemistry, and just, I don't know why, but just general. Now that I think about it, I feel like I've opened up like I don't know. I'm gonna move on. Let me see another question that's kind of good. Putting pineapple on pizza. It's fine if you want to do it. I personally don't like the concept of that, but if you want to do it, go for it. What show have you been watching lately? Ooh, I can't make up my mind with shows, because I go in phases of where I watch everything and anything Avatar: The Last Airbender related. It is a great show, and when people refer to Avatar and like anything media related, it is Avatar: The Last Airbender, not Avatar the Blue People. It's Avatar is Avatar: The Last Airbender, and that's all I'm gonna say with that. But I would watch that, Legend of Korra, all that. Love the whole bending concept. It's great. I started watching on Netflix Never Have I Ever, and I didn't finish it. I got through the first 3 seasons, and Season 4 happened. I got maybe 2 or 3 episodes in and just gave up. And now I'm back to watching home TV and renovation shows. I've been a big Love It or List It fan, because you get both the home renovation side and then like the real estate side, so that's great, and I actually get a lot of my ideas from that. So I'll move on to another question. Ooh, I feel like this one would be a lot about, this is like a deep question that's not really, it doesn't look very complex, and then when you think about it, it's kind of deep. But would you rather only be able to use a fork, no spoon, or be able to use only a spoon, no fork? This, I feel like I'm gonna go with fork for this, because theoretically, you can kind of scoop things up with a fork. It doesn't work the best, but if it's kind of a solid, you can do it. And you can cut things with fork like a knife. It didn't say anything like a knife related with this, but the spoon, you can't really cut things well with the spoon, and if you've got to like stab something to pick it up, like a piece of chicken or something, you can't do that with a spoon. You could scoop it up, but like I'm not explaining that. If I'm eating steak with a spoon, no. I'm going fork. And looks like everybody else agreed with fork. So that's interesting. Something that I'm utterly obsessed with at the moment. I don't know, just the zen of being on break and finally done with school. Because I had my finals on Monday and Tuesday, and I'm recording this on Saturday, which means I'm already almost a week into my break, which, a lot of these questions, recent trend that I'm totally bored with. Good question. I'll table that. I'll think about that for a while, and then come back to it in like the next video if I remember. But yeah, I feel like I'm gonna start to wrap up this voiceover because it's kind of gotten off topic. But I'm back-ish now, It might be a bit until I can get that next house done, because I'm going to take it at my pace with no deadline or anything, and I'm going to get it good to where it actually looks good. I'm working on the skill room right now. I just want to clarify that this room is for gameplay purposes and not design. So yeah, it looks kind of ugly, but it's not meant to look good because it's got just the items you need. So just want to clarify that. This is the only other part to this video. Leave comments for what you want me to see, like what you want me to do next. Both for speed builds and commentary, because I'm gonna try to do both. And chances are the commentary video will come first, and if I cut stuff out, so if it's like a longer one, chances are I'll do a commentary and then release a speed build of that. So yeah. And other than that, that's pretty much it from me. I hope you enjoyed listening to this. Thinking about it now, I don't really know what I talked about, but that's fine. I'm having fun in the moment, and I'm glad to be back. And I hope you're glad for me to be back too. So yeah, that's that. Yeah, I will leave now and see you in the next video. Bye.
hoping you could fix these broken seams, floating through the puzzles and the endless screens. Well, I've got something for you, and it's cutting deep. Now the music's over, will you come with me and tell me you can feel it though we're oceans apart? I've got a love for you, I've got a love for you, and I know this magic sparks inside.
all just lost at sea. Sink or swim looking for signs. Still got hearts, we feel them beat. Pull you in closer to mine. When I don't believe in myself, you see the best in me. And I know sometimes I mess up, so promise me, through good days and the bad, even when I'm sad, say you won't give up. Will you love me at my worst?